We all see our lives through a lens, or I should say lenses. There's the lens of our culture, our family, our careers, our religions, our faiths, our goals, our projects, our personalities, our roles and responsibilities, and our educations. Now, some of these lenses are good. They capture our experience with clarity and help us to see our lives with an appreciation for what is good and beautiful. On the other hand, some of these lenses are a bit less helpful. They have trouble focusing. They have somebody else's fingerprints all over them, obscuring our vision, colouring our experience and distorting our perceptions. At the gym today, I had the good fortune to train with another fella, a similar age to me, and a similar size, which makes the whole experience so much more enjoyable. When you're holding pads for people who are significantly bigger than you, as almost everybody else is bigger than me, class can be really hard work. Just to make sure you're holding the pads well and absorbing the force of a partner who's 30 to 50% heavier than you so that you stay safe. But today was not one of those days. Today we were quite even in terms of our build, and this makes the whole class a lot more fun. After slapping each other around the gym for a while, which is a great way to build rapport, my new suitably sized Muay Thai buddy and I sat down and had quite a long chat. We talked about life, cultural expectations, educational experiences, creativity, violence, and a bit of everything else in between. After the conversation, I left feeling lighter and a little bit more connected. It's good to talk. It's good to share experience, to reflect on life and articulate what we've learnt. It's in telling our stories that we make meaning out of the infinite experience of our being. I think it was Socrates, or at least that's who's commonly attributed to this quote, who said that an unexamined life is not worth living. But that's not to say that every examination is worth taking either. See, not every conversation functions in the same way. Whenever one person in the conversation has an agenda, or needs to prove that they are right, or jumps to conclusions about what the other person thinks, believes, or is inferring, the space for sharing and creating meaning is lost. The lens becomes distorted and cloudy with fingerprints. On the other hand, when we enter the presence of somebody who is able to suspend their judgment, to set aside their personal agenda, it's like the lens is wiped clean, and there's a quality and a clarity to the conversation. I like having these sorts of conversations. The ones where nobody's expected to fix anything or teach anything, just to remain present. In pastoral counselling skills, one of the first skills that they teach, one of the primary foundational skills, is simply active listening. And it may be something that you've been taught too. It's so powerful, and yet I think it's so underrated too. Just listening, making appropriate eye contact, assuming a listening disposition with open body language, and perhaps nodding every now and again to show that we're there with them, we're listening. We're not drifting off in our minds to write a shopping list or replay a new Muay Thai technique. It's so simple, yet so effective.